Yukiya Amano, Japanese guy. Fortunately, or very fortunate, might be very unfortunate for him, representing the Japan, a terrible country, you see. And so what he can do. And also he has been receiving a lot of bad news from Tokyo or from rest of the world. But anyway, also it might be a good chance. And so then, of course, you commented on the quite a number of weak points or defects or whatever of the Japanese nuclear bureaucracy. And also then we have well diverse the system to watch and to control. And what is worse, the now in the Japanese ministries who was responsible. This one is METI and also a ministry of Momsho, yes, okay, Momsho and so and so. And so this sort of a triangles or this kind of systematic buildings is more difficult to control the complex this kind of situation. And also, if I may make a comment to Mikiko's presentation, yes, media coverage is very, very important in this case. Yes, I also brought the copy of this New York Times, and of course we Japanese can also see the same copy in the global edition of International Herald Tribune in Tokyo. Yes, the Sendai airport was reopened on the 13th of April, almost a month later, you see. It is marvelous. And also, as Mikiko said, a Japanese evening newspaper, I'm very sorry to say, there may be some people from Japanese newspaper here, but only, as far as I remember, Yomiuri mentioned great contribution of Tomodachi Sakusen in this case. And no other a Japanese newspaper, as far as I looked around, didn't mention. And so then I telephoned to those newspaper company and asked them, why didn't you put this kind of very important information and news as a top article of the evening edition? Because yes, they put the airplane, departing as a big picture, you see. But they didn't mention it. So I suspect there might be some, not a code, but untold, a sort of common understanding or sort of, how can I say, anyway. And so then this is really sort of a weak point of our society and also our journalism, I think. And also Professor Nakayama, of course, I do not have to make any comments to his presentation, but however, our organization is also promoting a multinational, wide range, electric transportation network, like, of course, yes, as Buckminster Fuller stated, as polygonal spheres. And that is very important. And that system is one of the final, solution to utilize the excessive electricity produced And now, of course, we have not found out the storage system to store the huge amount of electricity. And so this is very important. And also, yes, Professor Nakayama mentioned gas pipeline. And so then, for instance, West Germany and all West European countries are enjoying natural gas coming from Russia and also Central Asia. And now, still they are going to increase that transportation system further than Blue Stream line or something going through Turkey and so on and so on. And Japan does not have, or we are not a member of this kind of international gas pipeline or supplying system because, of course, geographically, we are isolated island country. And of course, you may say that yeah, it is quite natural, and it is a sort of a given condition to Japan. But my response is somewhat different. Japanese government supported the development of natural gas in Sakhalin Island. See? And in Sakhalin Island, so successfully, Russian developed natural gas. And also, I think they are now exporting natural gas in the form of LNG, liquefied natural gas. And probably, I think, even the US is importing because you recently, as far as I understand, just the United States changed its policy and also using LNG. Yes. Then, between the distance between Sakhalin and Hokkaido, within, of course, as Governor Sarah Palin said, also we can see Sakhalin from the window of our kitchen, right? So why not? Just short distance. The cost is not so high. And so then over the more than 10 years in the past, we have been promoting our trunk natural gas pipeline system along the Japan archipelago from Hokkaido to Kyushu. And if we could have that trunk line, gas pipeline, then in this case, for instance, then the shortage of the supply of energy is great headache, you see, after tsunami. But if we have this kind of system, we will have another alternatives to solve these difficulties, no doubt, no doubt. And in addition to that, well, I just forgot whether Jennifer mentioned this one or not, but Japan has, to our surprise, of course to my surprise and to your big surprise, we have two different systems in electric supply. The western side is 60 cycle, and eastern side is 50 cycle. And so then we cannot exchange excessive electricity from the west to the east or from east to the west. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So then when the Kansai Power Electric is suffering from the shortage, well, TEPCO might be ready to supply further, to support them. But electricity doesn't move. Why? So then also we have to understand the reality of our technology advanced nation, you see. And so then this tsunami might be a good timing to reconsider this kind of the disadvantageous social systems of our country more seriously. And yes, Professor Nakayama said, when we think of the possible future of our energy system, nuclear energy is one of the essential energy source. And new and renewable source of energy, so-called, like solar, wind, and also a geothermal, available amount coming from this new and renewable source of energy is so small compared to the whole demand of Japan. And of course, emotionally, yes, nuclear energy at this moment is very unpopular. But when we look at the future, if we would like to be responsible for the future generation, we will have to rely on the nuclear energy. And at the same time, there are few nuclear plant producers or constructors. One is Areva in France. And the other one is, of course, Westinghouse and GE. But Westinghouse is now in the group of Toshiba. And also, Westinghouse is supplying technology to Mitsubishi. And so then, now, in reality, the Japanese nuclear industry is responsible for the future of nuclear industry in the world. And so then there are so many construction project schemes in various countries. And who supplies? And also, as from the point of technology, I think Japanese nuclear technology is so advanced. But this time, yes, it was a very unfortunate surprise, especially for Fukushima first. Fukushima first was 40 years old. And so it was age of retirement. But the age of retirement was prolonged and never discussed openly. And so then this was not the type of the technological failure, but probably I think the system of decision making and the most sophisticated cost-benefit analysis might be one of the methods to be criticized. Thank you very much.
As a moderator, I apologize for time overrun. And we only have 15 minutes left for question and answer. But we, speakers, will be around after, well, some 20-25 minutes after closing of this session. So please feel free to approach us after the session if you so wish. Having said that, I solicit, well, if you have question, comment, raise a hand, identify yourself, and tell to whom your question and answer is first. Okay? Left from the side, left and to the right. Thank you.
Mr. Yamamoto, my name is Mike Billington. I work with the Executive Intelligence Review within LaRouche. We were very much involved with your GIF, Mitsubishi GIF, back in the 70s and 80s, on great project ideas, the Bering Strait Tunnel, the Aral Sea, the Chad River, the Croc Canal. And as I'm sure you know, this